I think you have gone with the video of TOPSIS introduction, where we have discussed about this TOPSIS methodology. Like we are having basic steps. We need to define the criteria alternatives, formulation of decision matrix, normalization of the matrix. Then we are going for weighted normalized matrix and finding the positive and negative ideal solutions, closeness coefficient, and ranking of our alternatives. So now I am going to take a problem which has been already published in a standard literature. So here their problem is to select a material for some machining operations. For example, you can generalize it like we need to select a best material. Like they have given some standards like ASI 1020, 1040, margin steel, then tungsten carbide, then ferrous carbide. Like that, some steels are there. And here they have given some mechanical properties also, and it is mechanical application. So that's why it's a mechanical properties they have given, like Young's modulus, compressive strength, fracture toughness, material mechanical loss coefficient, hardness value, and the cost. So if you try to observe with respect to the material, all these first 5 parameters, first 5 attributes, almost all will be a beneficial attributes. Beneficial attributes in the sense the value of Young's modulus or compressive strength or fracture toughness or loss coefficient, hardness should be higher the better. Whereas cost means basically we will try to consider the cost should be as low as possible because procurement cost should be low. So here we will try to identify which are the beneficial attributes and which are the non-beneficial attributes. Young's modulus should be higher the better. Compressive strength same. Next fracture toughness. Next all hardness, and cost should be low. And we will try to identify here what are the values here. Here 593 and compressive strength is here. Fracture toughness is at the 9th element, 9th alternative, and loss coefficient is at 2nd alternative. Hardness is at 8th alternative. Cost is at 1st alternative. Now, if you can try to see this problem, the decision is very crucial here because we have to select. We cannot directly go that here we are having 3 beneficial cases. Here we can select a tungsten as a best case. Like that, we cannot able to select it because TOPSIS is the case which is having a mixing with this positive attributes and negative attributes, positive ideal solution and negative ideal solutions. So let me go into the problem deep. What are the mathematical calculations here? In this video, we will try to concentrate on mathematical calculations, how we are going by using the various kinds of steps. So the first step is here we have to normalize it. So for normalization, we are having a formula xij is divided by root of summation of xij square. So for that one, first thing I have to do is xij square. So whatever the individual value is there, for this value I will take the squares. Like that I will do it for the entire column. Okay. Similarly for next one, I will do for the entire column. All the things I am trying to have an individual squares of this one. Squares, 46 square, 87.5 square, like that. I am trying to calculate it. Similarly for this column also, I will try to calculate the squares. Now I have identified the squares. Okay. Now what I have to do, I need to sum all these values. Sum of all these squares. Sum of all these squares I need to go it. So if I sum means I will get like 44,000 plus 494 plus 44,944 plus 42,642 and 42,642 and 35,156, 44,100, 35,035, I think 3,51,649, 45,156. I have to sum in the column wise. I will get the value as 6,95,334. So that value I will take it here. And here I have to consider it for all the values. For all the values I have to do it like this. So for this current value, if I try to take a square root, I'll get this one. You can able to do it by using the calculator here. Simple calculator. What I will do is just I will enter the value 695,334 square root. Where is the square root? this one. I'll get 833.886, almost all similar value I have got it. Similarly, I have to do it for all the columns. All the columns I have to do it. So for this particular column, I have to take the normalized value. So what is the formula for normalized value? Xij divided by root of summation of xi square. Up to here I have completed. So whatever the individual value, if you try to refer, I am having the first value as 210. 210 divided by this root value, I'll get 0.2518. Okay, that value I have to submit. Then again sum plus square root. All these values I have to do the sum and square root. I am doing like this. If I do only sum and square root, I'll get this value. You can do it by yourself by taking the calculators and you can do it. And for fracture toughness, I'll get this value, square root. And for this one, as well as for cost also, I am getting this value. Now, what I will do is, in the previous slide where I have gone here, I have got the value as 0.215. That value I am noting it here. Similarly, for the second value also, like 206 divided by 186 divided 593 divided 8.93, I'll get like this. So these values I have to note it, because why here 212, there might be multiple repetitions. You can see here. I'll press this one. I'll go to the basic data. In the basic data, if you try to observe 210 one time, 2 times are there, 212 there are 2 times. So that's why here the repetition of the data you can able to observe it here. Okay, so that's why I have considered only one value. So 210 will be 1 time, like that. So these values I have to note it down here. After noting down this one, go for compressive strength also. So like this, I'll get for the remaining tabular column also. You calculate the value, what is the square root you are getting. Take the all values, all normalized values. Now if you observe, these normalized values will be in 0 to 1 only. 0 will be the minimum value and 1 will be the maximum value. So like that, first step in the TOPSIS I have completed. Next I am going to the second step. So second step is nothing but we have to estimate the weighted normalized matrix. So weighted normalized matrix, how I will try to estimate? So the weights which I am going to be considered here are, because this is this data I have collected from that particular journal paper, I have taken the standard weights. But in our case, we have to use whether AHP method or entropy method or some other method which is feasible for us. We can able to do it and we can able to calculate it, and weight for Young's modulus, weight for compressive strength, weight for fracture toughness, weight for cost. Like that we are having the values. Now I will do this one. This is the weighted matrix. Weighted matrix, in this matrix I have taken in the 9 rows and 9 columns, because for first alternative these are the common weights. Second alternative weights are common. Now what I will do is, I will take this table and I will take this table. I will mix both. I will try to multiply these two tables so that I will get the answer. Like first value 0.2518 into 2.9. See here the first weight is 0.2121 and here the first value is 0.2518. These two things I have to multiply it here. I will get this value. Similarly, do it for all the column. Similarly, do it for compression strength also, 0.057 into 0.079. Like that, do it for all the columns. You will get the weighted normalized matrix. Do it for third. You will get normalized matrix. You can do it. Multiply, just multiply. Multiplying the values with respect to our coefficients. Next, do it. If you do it for all the cases, we will get the normalized matrix. Now weighted normalized matrix. That is, these values are all weighted normalized matrix. That is, normalized values multiplied by weighted matrix. Now second step also completed. Next we will go with the third step. So what is the third step? So third step, we have to identify what are the positive ideal solutions and what are the negative ideal solutions. And fourth step is the separation matrices, and fifth step is we have to estimate the PA. So the third step, we have to identify positive ideal solutions. See here in the case of Young's modulus to hardness, all these values are, we are having the beneficial attributes. All these values are beneficial attributes, is it or not? We are talking about the beneficial attributes here. And this one only we are talking about the non-beneficial attribute. So here, whenever we are considering the positive ideal solutions, maximum of this value, this column, which is the maximum value, if you try to estimate, 0.2069 is the maximum value. And in the compressive strength, this is 0.608 is the maximum value. And in the fracture toughness, 0.1128 is the maximum value. In loss coefficient, mechanical material loss coefficient, this is the maximum value. Hardness, this is the maximum value. And for the cost, we have to consider minimum. Why? Because this cost is a non-beneficial attribute. This non-beneficial attribute, positive solution means, positive means what? We will take whatever the cost which should be as low as possible. Here, the lowest value will be for 0.02. Here we are having this one also as the lowest value, but any of the value we can consider. Okay, so these positive values I am writing separately here like this. You can able to observe here all these values I have collected and I have written it here. Next, what is the criteria I have to do? Next one, identify the negative solutions. So how I have to identify the negative solutions? So positive means, for Young's modulus I have considered it as a higher the better. Now negative solution means consider the lower value for the Young's modulus. So here among this column, which is the lower value? This is the lower value. Among this column, 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 this is the lower value. And for cost is a non-beneficial attribute. So for positive solution, already we have selected the lower value. But for the negative solution, we have to select the highest value. This is the highest value. Okay. So these values I have noted on here, 0.0654, 0.046, like that I have noted the positive solutions and negative solutions. So from these positive solutions and negative solutions, I am going to estimate the separation matrices. So how to identify these separation matrices? This is very important. This is just the table which I have taken the solutions on the top surface. So here I am having the formula. So what is the formula? Is equal to summation of positive current value minus positive value whole square to the power of square root. So here I'll get a table like this, separation matrix plus. For example, for the first alternative I am trying to choose. Here the separation matrices will be for how many number of alternatives we are having. Here we are having 9 alternatives, so 9 separation matrices will become here. 9 means our size of the separation matrix will be 9 rows and 1 column. So 9 alternatives are there. So S plus. So first thing is VI minus VI positive solution. So VI is this current value 0.073 minus positive solution is 0.2069 whole square plus 0.046 minus positive solution whole square, 0.0512 minus positive solution whole square, 0.0771 minus 0.937 whole square. Similarly for this one. But for this one, here already we have considered the positive solution as 0.112. We have to take and we'll get the value as 0.1697. 0.169. Similarly, we'll do it for S2. So S2 also it is similar. Second alternative 0.074 minus 0.2069 whole square, 0.087 minus 0.0608 whole square, 0.432 minus 0.1128 whole square, 0.018 minus 0.097 whole square, 0.0196 minus 0.06 whole square, 0.012 minus 0.0012 whole square. So that you will get the value. Like that you calculate for all the 9 alternatives, you will get the matrix like this. So here what is the value we have got, here what is the value we have got, we have taken it here. For all the 9, these are the separation matrices and these are the positive separation matrices, Si plus, Si plus. Similarly we have to do for minus also now. So negative solutions. So negative solutions I will take this for the second alternative. For the second alternative 0.074 minus 0.654, 0.087 minus 0.046, 0.0432 minus 0.0132, 0.0812 minus 0.014, 0.0196 minus 0.083 whole square, 0.012 minus 0.113 whole square. So this we are getting the value as 0.1616 as our separation matrix. Like that you will do for all the values, so that here you will get, here whatever the value I have taken because I have considered for the second matrix. So that's why I have taken in the second alternative. And these are the values for SI. So similarly, if I have to do for S1, 0.073 minus 0.064 whole square, 0.046 plus minus 0.046 whole square. Like that you have to do it. Similarly, I will try to practice it in the Excel also. So we will wait for some time. We will practice in the Excel also. I will do that one also. Next we will get SI plus. Already we have got S plus. Now after calculating the SI and S plus, we have to get the separation matrix relative coefficient value, that is PA. PA is equal to SI minus divided by SI plus SI minus. This one. We will get PA, that is the relative coefficientness value. So the relative coefficientness value is nothing but SI minus divided by SI plus SI minus. Similarly for the second one also, 0.16 divided by 0.618 plus 0.16. For third one, for fourth one, next values, just a simple values I am taking. You can identify it. Like you can take 0.1862 divided by 0.1458 plus 0.16. Now I have got the values. So based upon this one, I have to rank from highest to lowest, that is from descending order, from highest value to lowest value. If I try to rank, I'll get first value, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So by ranking method, I can able to say that the ninth alternative, the ferrous, chromium, molybdenum, vanadium is the best alternative for this tool hole material. So now this is very 0, 1. We are saying that our objective should be positive. Negative solution means 0, positive means 1. So this particular value is very close to 1. So I will choose this as the best alternative. Suppose here maybe you are thinking that cost is somewhat high, to try to skip it, I will go for the second alternative, 0.5286. If your option is to select the worst alternative, I will go with the 0.40 because it is very close to this 0 value. So this becomes my worst alternative. So like that I have to choose the option and then I have to customize my problem. And this is the selection problem. In the next video you can able to see about, or you can find it in the description below, how we have to do it for in the Excel. You can see it in the next video. Thank you.